You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. So, this is our vision. This is everything that I'm about right now. This is my long-term goal. Our vision is to start an international youth academy, and I'm hoping that people will support us just by liking and subscribing to the channel. I was talking about how Justin is coming and trying to encourage US cycling to get organized and to bring teams, bring quality organizations, like, you know, so that the sport will progress and will get ever so much better. So it's not going to happen if you have just like one Legion or one Miami Blazers, one Aviators, one Navigators team or whatnot, or KHS. Navigators is no more, but you understand what I'm getting at. If you have more organized pro teams inside of the US crit scene, it'll get much better. It'll be a whole lot safer. It'll be fast. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. It'll hurt a lot more because it'll be so much faster. But let's hear what Justin has to say really quickly.
But we said we can do it with one team, then why can't we do it with multiple teams with the same culture, same environment, same idea?
I've always been inspired in what they do, and you know, when you're around people who do well and do great things, it makes you want to do great.
So we
said we can do it with one.
So just gonna run that back real quickly. I'm gonna just break it down real quickly, and hopefully you get what he says. Let's one more time.
But we said we can do it with one team, then why can't we do it with multiple teams with the same culture, same environment, same idea?
I've always been inspired in what.
So if you get what he's saying, he's basically saying Legion is doing this thing, and if you watch them race, they are very impressive. Very impressive. I mean, you can't deny what those guys are doing. It's amazing. But what Justin's trying to say, he does not want to be the only team out there doing what they're doing. And the whole reason he's doing what he's doing, he's trying to bring you the model, bring you the blueprint. So he's done it with Legion. He sent Dante over to Miami Blazers, and they formed the same type of unit, which is doing well. And he's trying to, like, you know, get, you know, guys and teams in other cities to do the same thing. Because if you do this, then you will start to gain some recognition. Then you can do something that the youth can look forward to, like, I want to be part of that, or I want to be that. But right now, it just, you know, there's a lot of whining and complaining about Legion this and Legion that, because you want to still do that same old thing and that lazy old mentality towards crit racing, where you just dive bombing one another. Like, so we had a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, where a guy is trying to get in front of Justin and Legion with, like, probably coming up to 2 laps to go, or maybe the last corner, and he makes a sprint and, like, just dive bombs the front of the Legion train. It's one thing to cut them off and chop them up, but he dive bombed and took out 2 guys, and one guy broke his shoulder and stuff and whatnot. So they were making all of this fuss because Justin had a little tussle with a guy of last year sometime, and they ended up entangling and both going down. And everyone's saying Legion's this and Legion, you know, they ride like this. But there's been no outcry for this obvious blatant accident. I mean, intentional crash. So basically, you wouldn't get all of this, like, cowboy type riding that's happening if more people followed the plan that Justin's trying to bring. And it is what it is, and it's a shame that you know, guys are not gravitating, or, you know, the organization is not trying to encourage more, bring more sponsors so the teams can be financed, because it's going to take some work. But one man can't do it all, but he's going to, you know, I have to applaud Justin for doing what he's going to do what he's doing. Bermuda has been banned from flying the flag at major sports events. What is this about? Let's get into this and find out what this is about. The story is Bermuda has been banned from waving the flag at major sporting events. And why is this? So, okay, let's read the story. Bermuda runs the risk of not being allowed to fly its flag at the up-and-coming Pan American Games in Chile after the island was found to be non-compliant with the World Anti-Doping Agency. So that's not a good thing if they're not being compliant with the Anti-Doping Agency. So, at a WADA Executive Committee meeting held in Shanghai on Friday, WADA's Executive Board agreed to following a recommendation from its Compliance Review Committee to declare Bermuda's National Anti-Doping Authority as non-compliant due to the failure to appropriately implement the code into its legal system. So it looks like whatever rules that WADA is passing down, Bermuda is definitely just taking the time, if at all, to implement whatever structure that is asking to be implemented into the doping control. So this could be pretty grave for Bermuda if Bermuda doesn't act, but I'm pretty sure they will respond and they will act accordingly. But as a result, representatives of the Bermuda Sports Anti-Doping Authority, as well as the island itself, face a number of consequences. Most notably, the island cannot be awarded the right to host regional, continental, and world championships or events run by major organizations. So Bermuda has a really big international triathlon and a marathon week coming up. And the international race week is in early January, I believe. So if they don't get that sorted out quickly, that's a lot of revenue, a lot of sponsorship that's going to be lost. So they need to sort that up. And I think also we got the international, the triathlon as well, international ITU triathlon. So that's in jeopardy of not being held as well. So the ruling will include this year's Pan American Games, which will be held in Santiago from October the 20th to November the 5th, meaning the flag will not be flown at the opening ceremony, nor on the podium should a Bermuda athlete win a medal. Under Article 9.3.1 of the International Standard for the Code of Compliance by signees, Bermuda have been given 21 days following the date of receipt of formal notice of non-compliance to dispute WADA's assertion of non-compliance, as well as the consequences and or the reinstatement conditions proposed by the agency. Man, I gotta start reading more because these are words that I know. The latest ruling means Bermuda and South Africa are hoping that you can hear me. Let me just see something here. I'm hoping that it's fine. Okay, yeah, that's good. Just needed to make sure that the volume is there. So the latest ruling means that Bermuda and South Africa are added to WADA's compliance watch list, along with the National Anti-Doping Organization of Algeria, Angola, Ecuador, Mongolia, Morocco, and the Philippines. WADA have also declared Pan Am Sports non-compliant. What was that? Pan Am? I think that meant to say Pan Am, yeah. So they made it as one word. WADA have also declared Pan Am Sports non-compliant with its anti-doping code less than a month ahead of the Pan American Games. The decision was made due to the failure by the organization to make critical corrective actions to their anti-doping program by an agreed deadline. As a result, there could be close supervision of the entire testing process implemented by the Pan Am Sports at its events, which could include next month's games, as well as the Paralympic Games, American Games, due to follow from November 17th until the 16th until reinstated. Cesar Organized has reached out to the Department of Youth and Culture in Bermuda and Sports, Bermuda Sports and anti-doping authorities for comment. By the looks of it, they have not received any statement as yet, and I'm going to keep my eye on that story because that is something that is major. And the fact that the Bermuda has been banned from flying the flag at major sports events is what will follow that. I mean, so the flag is being banned. Will that lead to an athlete's type ban? So I'm going to have to look into that. I'm definitely going to follow this story. This is really interesting. There's a new tool out. It's for helping you change your tire. It's not actually new. Someone actually has the tool out, but it's been re-engineered. So it looks like it works a whole lot better and it's a whole lot stronger. So this is the tool in question. It's called the tire key. So let's see how it works. Now someone has came up with this tool already, but what they've done is they've made it in like a two-part, like it's almost like a pair of pliers, and it's a lot bigger. Well, I use the tool as well quite often, and what happens is because of its size, because it has the joint, like because it crosses the tool that the current had, because it crosses like that, when you're pulling back on it, it tends to like put too much stress on the tool, so it starts to turn. But this is an excellent idea because it's one piece. And it looks very sturdy. And if you look and you see at the bottom of it, it's so at one end it's the tire lever to actually take the tire off. And because of the way it's shaped, it's bigger, so you can just grab your hand around it and give it a really, like if you gotta pry the tire or you gotta push it around the rim so you can get the rim off. It's amazing. So I'm actually got that in order. I'm looking forward to use that because the tires nowadays, these carbon rims with the tubeless tires or tubeless tires, some of them are almost impossible to get the tires on. And this tool, it just like it looks the business. So there you go. Let's look at it again real quick. And you see how tough that thing was to get on? And I've been doing that by hand for years, and even sometimes I still do it by hand. If you know the trick to getting them on, it's tough. But this looks really. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my hands on this tool. Definitely can't wait to get my hands on this tool. You have to maintain your bike on a regular basis, because if you don't, you get stuff like this.
Okay, this is why you don't jet wash your bike. So basically all the grease is just...
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that like just magnificent? That's just awesome to see. So just to folks out there, your bikes are nice. Your bikes, cost you a lot. I understand that. But they need TLC. They need care. You just can't just ride your bikes. And if you look at the paint on the bike, you can obviously see the bike it's looking good. So it's not an old bike. But if you ride your bike where it rains or something, or it just doesn't even take much moisture to get, it just needs you to be sweating. So if this person actually took their bike in like on a regular basis, maybe every 2 to 3 months, you wouldn't get this. This would not happen. And so this bottom bracket is probably making all types of noise.
So basically all the grease is just...
And feeling absolutely horrible. So I employ people to just, if your bike is of the nicer or more or of the higher price bracket, you definitely need to look after it. It's like a Formula One car. It's like you just can't go 3 or 4 races and race that car. It's not gonna go. So what the guys do. They pretty much break those cars down after every race. And to a certain extent, with some of the nicer bikes, the higher priced bikes, you gotta, have that same vigilance towards maintenance. And, so just so the bike can just keep going. It has been the Sunday Recovery Ride. And this has been your host, Ennis Louie. Thank you for joining me. I definitely appreciate you. And hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I will probably see you later in the week. And we're gonna be here Friday for Cycling Talk. Once again, this has been the Recovery Ride. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon. So you know what you gotta do. You gotta keep the rubber to the road, the wind in your face. You get that cadence and spin just right. You always stay on pace. That's gonna be me. Say with your legs, baby. You know how we do.
Sever your legs, media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.